Ultra-Orthodox Israeli military battalion, accused of human rights violations, is receiving U.S. aid. The battalion operates in the occupied West Bank and is called Netzah Yehuda, but recently have been deployed in North Gaza. In April this year, the U.S. State Department found 5 Israeli military units guilty of human rights violations before the war on Gaza. They had resumed funding to 4 units, but the department was still considering restricting military aid to Netzah Yehuda. Netzah Yehuda has long been known for its human rights violations. They are linked to Shireen Abu Akleh's death, assaulting Palestinians, including the killing of Umar Mohammed Assad, an 80-year-old who had U.S. citizenship. He was driving home when soldiers stopped him, pulled him from his car, assaulted, gagged, and handcuffed him, and left him unconscious on the ground. The soldiers faced no charges. Back in 2019, 5 soldiers, all from the Netzah Yehuda, hit 2 Palestinian prisoners in the head. And an Israeli whistleblower from the unit described it as a culture of violence. In April this year, the U.S. considered sanctioning the Netzah Yehuda Battalion under the Leahy Law, which bars military aid to foreign forces, training, and supplying weapons implicated in human rights violations. But after pressure from Israeli officials, Biden backed off. These soldiers are shaping the war on Gaza, according to a CNN investigation. Prior to the 7th of October, soldiers of the Netzah Yehuda were promoted to senior positions in the Israeli military. The Netzah Yehuda Battalion is funded by the Israeli government as part of the Israeli military. The U.S. provides $38 billion from 2018 to 2028.
President Biden is urging the House to vote to approve a $95 billion foreign aid bill passed by the Senate Tuesday that includes $14 billion for Israel's war on Gaza.
In March 2024, the U.S. delivered more than 100 different sales for military aid to Israel, totaling billions of dollars.
New development in America's relationship with Israel. 2 sources tell CBS News this, that President Biden plans to send the country another $1 billion in military aid.
And just last week, the U.S. approved another $3.5 billion in military aid to Israel. Part of this military aid will fund Netzah Yehuda. And this isn't the only steady dollars that Netzah Yehuda is receiving. The U.S.-based nonprofit Friends of Nahal Haredi has donated millions. Its leader, Stephen Rosedale, is also a notable donor to AIPAC. Military service in Israel is mandatory for Israeli citizens when turning 18. Israelis are expected to sacrifice themselves and their children for their country, and the state has no obligation to bring them back. Many experience trauma from the atrocities they have committed.
הוא בא אליי ואומר לי, למה הרגת אותי? למה הרגת אותי? אתה יכול להפקד ככה ביום אחרי שיש לך ימים כאלה? אתה יכול לאכול? אתה יכול בכלל להסך בחיים?
Between 1973 and 2024, 1,227 Israeli soldiers officially took their own lives, though the true number might be higher.
הפכתי להיות אלכוהוליסט. אני הפכתי להיות עני. בחובות שלי מעלה מ-800,000 שקל. אני מעוקד מכל הכיוונים. את האישה הזאת כמעט הרגתי כמה פעמים בידיים שלי מתוך שינה. אני משתין בלילה, אני מפחד. אני לא ישן בחדר. אם אני לא שותה בקבוק הרג ביום, אני לא עולה לישון.
Next, secret U.S. bases across the Middle East.